Good day to those who are watching. My name is Jeremy Miller. I'm the owner and broker of Local Realty in Birmingham, Alabama. Generally speaking, we're actually located just south of that in Pelham, Alabama. And I am putting in a general application to explore the opportunities of coaching with the locker room. And I'll just go straight into why I feel that I align in many ways with what you guys are doing at the locker room, and why I feel like not only y'all can benefit me and my growth as a leader, but help me identify the right people that I can reach out to and help grow as a coach. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, I was at the locker room broker collaboration event there in Nashville. Great event. And we did the manifesto. Thought that was really cool. The thing that stuck out most to me about the manifesto that the locker room had done prior to the event was, strangely enough, the misfits comment. And that comment stuck out to me because I have long believed that I'm just cut from a different cloth than the standard. I don't feel like I'm part of the norm. If anything, I embrace being abnormal. And my brokerage and my agents are built with a lot of people who I have said before have no business being in this business because, per the standard that our industry and society have, they're not legacy agents. They weren't cut from the cloth of a typical real estate agent. And our company and our model are not the normal either. And yet we are growing really well. We're growing fast. We're going intentional. And, we've grown to be a top 15 to 17 broker based on production on units in a given month. And we're the largest MLS in Alabama. So I'm very proud of that. But I love that. Like, I love being the misfit. I love being, the agent or the leader with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. It motivates me, but I'm also trying to utilize that in a good light so that I don't let it frustrate me or something like that. So I really thought that stuck out. The second thing that I really liked from the manifesto was honesty, transparency in our relationships, because I'm big on that. I need that in my business because it's hard for me to find people that can really hold me accountable based on the chapter of the book that I'm in at this point in my business. And I'm constantly seeking to be stretched and grown into areas that I am not comfortable so that I can continue to pursue impacting change on those around me and having positive influence beyond my immediate sphere and just growing it outside of that. So I really love that. I'm big on trying to be transparent in everything that I do. It doesn't mean I'm perfect with it. It doesn't mean I don't have, my own issues in my own personal, professional life or business. But, I think we all need that. Getting out from behind the mask, as one might put it. Stop putting on the show and let's just be real with where we stand. That way we can really grow. The last thing for me that I'm excited about, and why I think that, I know I could be a really good fit, is I like to lead in the trenches. And I always go back to when I was in high school. I was a baseball player, much like Jake, but I really love basketball too. And I had a coach who coached me my junior and senior year. His name was Coach Langford. And this guy was a former soldier in the United States Army. I think I'd heard he'd even won like Army Soldier of the Year for, wherever he was located or based. But when we would run what's called suicides, or we would run our distance runs or anything, Coach Langford would run with us. He would do his absolute best to beat us. And I always thought that was really cool. And it really resonated with me even after the fact, because I realized how much respect I gained for Coach Langford as a man and as a leader, because he was leading in the trenches. He wasn't afraid to do the work that he asked of us. And when we scrimmaged, oh man, he would throw elbows. He would throw his chest into you and knock your butt on the ground. He went hard and he drove me. And I promise you, I grew more as a young man and as an athlete and as a basketball player. I grew faster in those 2 years under his leadership than anything else I've ever done in my life, whether it be business or in sports or personal. I grew really fast. And he told me I had become one of the best players in the Tri-County area as a result of that. But not to digress, I've always taken that lesson in how I do things with my business now moving forward. And I've always believed that instead of barking orders down at or to people, you'll always get so much more than if you're leading with them. And that almost, in the sense, aligns with how the locker room talks about partnership. And I'm a big believer in all that. So that being said, I'm not a big rah-rah guy. I'm not necessarily going to show like tons of excitement. I am a focused individual. I love and I'm passionate about growing people and businesses and building things and understanding how things work from, a little inception point to something that grows so big that it becomes unstoppable and it's self-sustaining in many ways. And, I really love that. And to be real clear, I don't know exactly how or where I fit in the locker room, but I do understand that I don't give myself enough credit. And I do understand that I bring a lot of value to people around me. And I think that it's important that I just start to work towards stepping into my purpose more and more. And so I feel like the more and more I've been exposed to and in and around with the locker room, that I realize this might be a next step in my evolution and growth. So we'll leave it at that. I've filled out the application with the remainder of things. Hopefully I didn't talk too much, but I feel like this was impactful and important to the question asked of why I was looking forward to and excited about the opportunity to coach with the locker room. And just look forward to seeing what comes from this. Thank you guys for having us as an opportunity to explore this with you, and we'll talk to you soon.